Hi everyone, it's the Canny Crafter and I am here with the final 5 digital swap challenge. This is Luise's digitals, which I've just printed out, hence the printer spooling. It's probably going to do that for 3 hours because it goes through phases like that. Anyway, I'm very excited for this one. I was lying in bed last night and I'm just thinking to myself, these digitals are worthy of something epic. So I thought a cover. No shade on the other 2 digitals, love them. But I mean, you can't hide this little face away. Well, actually, I am going to be hiding this little face away, come to think of it. But more on that later on. So, nobody said you couldn't resize the digitals. There was nothing. I mean, it says create ephemera for your junk journal. I do believe the cover is ephemera. It's going to be paper. It's just going to be mounted on the front instead of to a page. So there you go. Use everything from this sheet but include only one of the butterflies. I haven't decided which butterfly I want yet. Use a colour that you don't like. There was that god-awful green colour. Include a postage stamp. Oh, I didn't get a postage stamp out. And additional stuff from your stash allowed. Thank goodness for that. Rhonda's challenge was hard. So, I took this and this. Sorry, I just smacked that in the face there. And I resized it. So I pulled in a hardback book. I was thinking about just doing like an altered book. But these pages are so old, they're literally crumbling away. So I think I will just, and plus, you know, can't stick these pages together with these epic graphics on them. Yeah, done. So we'll work on that in a second. So this is going to be the cover of the book, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I've not done this before. It was just an idea I had. It might not work. You may never see this video. Okay, so first things first, we need to remove our pages. Didn't do that very well, did I? Hopefully the back will be easier now. I don't know what's going on with them dogs. That is our book removed. We will save that for another day. So the next thing I want to do is cut out this castle. I'm going to use my paper trim. And thank goodness for this as well. Oh, I apologise for that. I feel like I'm going to need to cut that down a bit more. Yep. Now, do we want to keep the blue of this cover? Oh, I had a thought. I don't know what this is, but I found it and I like it. Wait, the fibres get up your nostrils though. Would it be nice to cover the book in that? Oh, that really is making me want to sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! Bless me. I think I just like the blue. But does it need something else? And I'm just thinking, does what I want to do want to work? No, I'm going to have to go have a ponder and I'll be back. I had a think, and I think the first thing I need to do is cut this down. Let's see what I'm working with. I think I'm going to cut this top up here. And just try and get as close. I'm going to call him Pedro. To Pedro. I'll forget that name in 2 minutes as we can. Alright, oops. Okay, so here is the thing. Everybody's been doing little, oops, everything's shook on the desk. Everyone's been doing little stories. So this is Pedro, and you know how he looks so sad? Because he's trapped in the palace or the castle, whatever it may be. So should Pedro have been a little bit smaller? I mean, we could just, you know, I think Pedro should have been a little bit smaller. Is this one any smaller? I think it's bigger actually. Okay, we could have the doors there. Pencil. The doors are going to be... Okay, let's mark around this. The whole bifter. I can just about say that. Okay, and then this will go on here, like so, and then that will open like that. So we need to cut, but I want to do it inside the lines. Oh, this is a good job we can reprint this out. Me. Me. And then we need to find the middle. It's about 6.5, so that's approximately there. And there, and then that needs to be cut down there. So technically we should have doors. little Pedro. Oh no, he's trapped in the castle. Poor little Pedro. Some of these pencil marks. They're a bit obtrusive. Okay, so for the effect, it's going to be and that's why little Pedro is so sad, because he's trapped in the castle. Okay, so we now need something to keep these doors shut. I'm looking at one of these butterflies, because we can only use one of the butterflies. I think it should be the orange, dark orange. Oh, I like the blue actually. My little scissors still haven't turned up from fine. What's the date? Oh, I can put a claim in. I'll just order them off eBay next time. I'll get top cash back. So I'm going to use this like a clasp. And like if you saw my 49 Dragonflies video. So one ring will be stuck down and the other one won't. And then you'll be able to open it. Maybe that one needs to be stuck down. That needs inking with. I think I'm going to go tea dye, you know, on this one. If I can get it out. I used tea dye for a while. Around this, but I actually think I might want some like gilding mousse stuff. And let's just do a little bit around Pedro. Because I'm not quite sure what you're going to see of him. Right. Let's put this. Oops. Now I'm thinking these here, those wildflower dyes, they're my new favourite dyes. What if Pedro was behind a sea of wildflowers? Or was that just too much? You know, like they would be the bars of a cage. think we also need a postage stamp. I'll have to look for a postage stamp. So we've done one of the butterflies and we haven't used a colour I don't like, and include a postage stamp. Okay, I feel like this is, in my head it was like, wow, tremendous, amazing. And now it just seems very underwhelming. Postage stamp. Have a wallet of them. Let's see what's in this one. We have a Ron Weasley one. Could he be the one that has incarcerated Pedro? He's gone bad. Put out a window. Put one behind it, and I mean that's technically using a postage stamp. Yeah. We have to make the window a bit bigger to get rid of its shading. Now I have to do this round bit, which is always fun. Technically that is using a postage stamp. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick it down. And maybe Ron is incarcerated also. He's another one kept locked away in the tower. Oh, Luise, you've started something here. Okay, we have our postage stamp done. We have Pedro there. Right, we also need to cut this out because we'll have to use this. So these are the two things I have left. Do I have to use all of this? I'm wondering if I can just emboss. No, that would not fit through the embossing folder. I could print this out again, emboss it, and then that seems like too much hard work. Okay. Pedro. A little postage stamp. A little butterfly guarding the castle. Well, it's a huge butterfly in comparison to the castle. I had a little bit I wanted to use. There. Let's cut that out too. I feel like that needs to go up there with Pedro on it. This is confusing me. I mean, its obvious use is as a tuck spot, and the obvious place to put it would be there. And we could cover Discover up with petrol, but I don't like that. I like that there. Ooh. And a bit of blue. I'm just wondering yeah. Could just use a hint of that. No, it's just too small. Okay. Because the word discover be used anyway. What if I put it over there? Oh, yeah. Okay. I feel like it's still a bit blowing. Maybe we need some stamping. Okay, let's go around this. That's the wrong sponge. Let's go around this. Okay. We need to find a stamp of the lay. I've pulled out 3 very different stamps. I have this music sheet. I have this one with the birds on, which is quite fitting, I think, and then I have this roses. Now my question is, do I just want to ink like in a black or a brown, or do I want to do some embossing? I think I want to do some embossing. Might be too much. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do some embossing. Okay. You'll do. Get rid of that. Okay. This goes terribly wrong. I'm sure we can just, you know, cover it up with something. Okay, and then we pour on, this is Into Craft. I've had this years. Okay, let's pour that into there. Put the lid on and emboss. Helps if you turn the plug on. Okay, don't think you can really tell what it is, but it doesn't matter because that's going to go over it. So I think we need some more there, just of the text. I think embossing is magical. So this is the tail of Pedro. Okay. I've lost my little word. Let's see, it's discover. I inked it, and then what did I do with it? It's, yeah, from the ink. I think I want to try and go around this butterfly in gold. So this way. Dipping it in the pad, scraping it across. do I? And just put my finger in it. Okay, oh, I forgot that does that there, cutting mats. The warped my cutting mat. Okay. Discover. And then we'll have Pedro's name up here. Okay. It says use a colour you don't like. This mousse, which is does it have a colour? Spring green. I don't even know if it works. Yes, it does. I don't like it. It's a bit, I don't know what the word is, but I don't like it. Yeah, I keep a hold of it. What I would really like is if this came in gold, which is what I thought I had, but apparently it doesn't. Well, it probably does come in gold, but I don't have the gold. Do I want to go around the doors or not? I don't think I do. I think these wipes are all dry. So it does the trick. Okay. I'm wondering, you know, it would have been cute if Pedro could like boing out. Let's put this out and see what size we're working with. We may lose his antennae. I don't think I was recording there, was I? I forgot to press record again. Okay, so I've cut Pedro out a second time. It's about the same size, give or take. I've used a die to cut this spring out. And I've just glued that on with some 3-in-1. I think I'm going to need a second spring for the body roll. Yep, so let's cut that out and I'll show you the die I'm on about. It's a wobbler from Gemini. I got this in the sale after Christmas. So it just cuts a spiral. That I just tease out. 3-in-1. Get that in a position where it won't be seen. Okay. Stick, fool, stick. I'm wafting it. Okay, let's work on this. Do I just want to hand write it? Do I want to stamp it? I'm just going to handwrite it. Let's practice on this bit of paper here. I don't think I'm going to handwrite it. I could put it into the Cricut and write it. My handwriting is not going to cut it. So should we fire up the Cricut? Yeah, let's fire up the Cricut. We have it. It's the word Pedro wrote out on my Cricut machine. My positioning was a little off, but I think we can live with it. Now I think I want to attach this with the brads. We have, ooh, I was thinking of like a little white one, which is covered in dog hairs. Just seen these. That's not a brad. What about a lock of a key, because he's trapped in the castle? I think the colour would be quite cute. I think the lock, because he's trapped, isn't he? The key is sort of like a symbol of freedom. And I don't know where these came from. I think they came in like a grab bag from a car booty. Using that booty tool to get a hole started. I'm going to put both, what are they called, legs, that way, or else we're going to have to cut them off. Okay, let's glue this down with the 3-in-1. We're actually getting some glowing. And I'm going to push that over to the edge, like that. Hoping that'll distract from the fact that the P is hanging off. Does that want to go on straight? Does it want to go on wonky? Does it want a bit of lace behind it? What's this one? Too thick. Like this one. This is nice. Sometimes I just use it in 2 separate halves. Nah. This one. This one's never been opened. And all my lace I normally just get as remnants. Not quite like that. Unless it's something super special, and then I will pay the money for it. But it's amazing what you can find in a remnant bin. So I've got a local haberdashery, and Boys, that's B-O-Y-E-S, I think. They always have great stuff in. And this is a 3-in-1. Right, maybe that should go over that way. Okay, where's the lid for my glue? Right, the next thing I want to do is get rid of these white doors. Vintage photo. Oh, we'll be using teased dye, won't we? Oh well. My brush is loaded up now. See what I mean? I get it really pigmented. Like, what's going on there? That needs to now be covered with something because that looks awful. way I load my brush? Is it my brush? Does it now look like a big knot in a wood? Should have done this on what do I call it? A glue book instead of me cutting that. I think it's alright. Okay, we need to go around this in tea dye. I was going to say tasty. Making sure my little springy bits are intact. Okay, right, we're going to have this like so. I'm going to have Pedro in there without his little antennas there. The thing is, he doesn't really bounce. I thought he would, like, you know, once he'd been squished down, open the doors, he would bounce a little bit. But it's like as soon as they're compressed, they don't go back to how you put them. A little bit. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is cut this down because I have an idea. So this is just the original size. With this, because I'm going to try and pop this up a smidge and you might see some of that blue background. Okay, let's try and pop this up a smidge. I have brought in some craft foam. I've had this for years. So we just want to cut this down. I think I'm going to come in a smidge from the edge because I don't want it visible, but I have chosen green to sort of go with the green around the outside, and I don't know how many of these I'm going to want, whether I'm going to want one layer or two. One might be enough actually. Okay. Now we need to cut this out. I'm just tracing around that. But then I want to cut this bigger. I think I'm just going to have to cut the bottom bit off and the side bit, which is unfortunate. I think I can just stick a little bit of that and a smidge of that on the bottom and that side. So as it goes, that like that. Not like that. That like that. I think I might need 2 layers of foam actually. So let's cut out another one. Oops. That's foam is slippery. Right, let's start sticking some stuff together because this is going to take a while to dry. Right. I'm working in a mess again. So we'll have that way. That way. That there. With that. And that way. And we also have those bits there. Okay, next thing, I want to cut out some wildflowers from this because I want them to sort of be like prison doors. I'm going to have to pick thin ones because I still want to be able to see Pedro through. Oh no, now that's a contender. This one here. I do want a bit of variety though. So what else? Right, I think it's going to be those two, and I think I'm just going to need 3 of them. I think I want the... Do I want the darker colours or do I want the lighter colours? Actually, I think I want the light to dark, or dark to light. Light to dark. We'll do it that way. So I have 3 of these. Like so. Let's keep the doors open. We need to fix these like so. Here. Totally off of that PVA. And then sellotape. I've just pulled that sellotape out, there it is. Some tape visible here. Got that bit. Got that bit. Okay, so I'm probably going about this all the wrong way, you know me. Sort of looks like seaweed. See, I'm wondering if I need a third piece of foam now. I think I do. I think I want a third piece of foam. And look, hey presto, I pulled 3 out. Okay, so let's stick this down. Let's see about there. And then this. I feel like we should stick to that first. I'm just wondering, because that's not looking very attractive up there. Would there be something we could do? Shut that door. Who said that? Some game show host. Okay. Now I need to position Pedro. Do we need springy Pedro? Or do we just need one Pedro? Because the spring action isn't really working, especially with the amount of foam I've got going on. One Pedro, 2 Pedro. I don't think we need springy Pedro. I think we just need 1 Pedro out of all of that. Okay, so I want to try and disguise this green somehow. Could we wrap some file folder around it? just because this was on my desk. As I say, I had picked the green to like match that green there, but I just think it looks so messy, especially this edge. Stick these two here just to make this match up a bit neater. Oh, I'm sad about springy petrol. But I'm sure we will find another use. Okay, there's that bit of file folder. I'm just going to fold that in half. I have to do this all the way, but might as well do the bottom if we're doing the rest. You can see who really looks at that at the bottom. Some more strips this size. Right, let's get sticky. I'm going to put a bit of glue down there, a bit of glue down there. Got a feeling that one is peeking through the door. Oh no, we're good, we're good. I mean, it's not really sticking. Stick! I've realised this file folder and the foam tend to just soak the glue up, so nothing sticks very well. Only if it had brown foam. Okay, that's all 4 sides covered in file folder. So that one's not sticking. So I just think when that goes on, right, now we need to add the butterfly. Have a closure. Interesting. It's because the door isn't going under. Discover Pedro trapped. I don't know how well this translates if you don't know the story. Okay. Do I want some more of that down there? No, I think I would wait until I fill the journal and then I would cover the spine. Okay, so instructions from the original printout that I did. Create a framework for your junk journal. We have created a cover. We need to somehow keep that door shut. I don't know how. Okay. I'm going to say that's a work in progress. Use everything from this sheet but include only one of the butterflies. But didn't use, well, we used the word discover. I was going to put those in bits of map on. I could still do that, I suppose. I'm just going to use 2 of them. Oh, can I pop? But only include one of the butterflies. Use a colour that you don't like, this awful lime green. Include a postage stamp, from a little Ron Weasley postage stamp up there. And additional stuff from your stash allowed. I used this brad thing in a bit of trim. And he's in a little cage. It sort of looks underwater though. Maybe he's in an underwater dungeon. Who knows? Not as excited as I was when I sort of planned it, because I was like hoping this would spring out. But you know, for a first attempt and not really knowing what I was doing, I think I've done alright. It's just trying to figure out how to keep them doors closed. I wonder if something like a magnet would weigh them down. Do I have magnets? I don't think I have magnets. Yeah, it's doing it in a fashion. In a fashion. So I think this was the most fun I've had with the digitals. Wonders was stressful. Borrowers was pretty straightforward. But yeah, I have a journal cover. I mean, I'm not sure how much improvement over the green format that is. But you know. So thank you so much for joining me. And I will say, I would never have thought of doing this if it wasn't for these prompts. So thank you for that. And I'll see you next time.